Hello everyone, I am Srija Rudra, Assistant Professor, Department of CSC, MLR Institute of Technology. Now, from the subject Cryptography and Information Security, I would like to discuss a topic of OSI Security Architecture. See here, ITU X.800 Security Architecture for OSI. This X.800 is a recommended one, and in general, to access the security effectively, security needs an organization and also to choose the security products and policies. So here, for example, a manager is responsible for the security needs and way of defining the requirements for security. So this is a difficult task because in a centralized data processing environment like LAN and WAN, it's very difficult for us. So ITU 3x.800 security architecture for OSI defines a systematic way of defining and providing security requirements. So this is going to provide a systematic way, even though it is a bit difficult in a centralized environment. So far as it provides a useful and if abstract overview and concepts now we are going to study. Here the aspects of security are consider three aspects of information security. The first one is security attack, security mechanism as well as security service. The two concepts called security mechanism and security service are already were done in the previous videos. You can refer to that. Even I'll provide the links for those two security mechanism video and security service video also. So these two terms, security mechanism and security service, these two are entirely different words. They are not same. So security mechanism is done by itself or done by others in order to provide a security service. So one or more mechanisms are being done. So when these security mechanisms are done, security service will be provided automatically. Next, let's focus on security attack. So in the information security is about how to prevent the attacks of falling that to detect attacks or information based systems. So often threats and attacks will be common in the information system. Now, when a wide range of attacks are being done, we should know how it should be avoided. So let's focus on generic types of attacks. There are two types of attacks called passive attack and active attacks. Let's go in detail about these two, active attacks and passive attacks. So this is a passive attack diagrammatic representation. Here you can generally to say a message is being transmitted from source to destination. So while the message or the data or confidential information is being transmitted from source to destination, in between through the medium or the IP, um, through communication channel or through the internet channels, whatever it may be, there might be chances of hackers and other people to hack the data or change the data, modify the data. That means they're trying to attack the data. Now let's see how they're going to attack the data and which type of hackers are doing which type of attacks. So in this passive attack, you can see a person called Bob. See here, I'm just pointing with a mouse. A person called Bob, he's sending the data. To whom he's sending? He's sending the data to lies on the destination side. So he's sending the data through the electronic device like a PC, and also in the same way at the receiver end also lies is receiving the data with the same electronic device like PC. So in between, they are using a communication channel as internet or other common facility. So whatever it may be, through this internet channel, the message from Bob is being sent to the allies. So now the the place for the hackers is this communication channel, maybe TCP/IP or internet or some other common facility. So here it's a place for the hackers to hack the data or read the data. So now what this attacker or hacker is doing is reading all the contents of message from Bob to Alice. Means from source to destination, what are the messages, what all the data, what all the information is being transmitted or sent, that all things this hacker is reading, is capturing all the things and knowing all the information. Like for suppose, so he's not doing any modifications or not changing anything, but he's getting all the things. Bob had sended that a particular email or particular data or information or file, whatever it may be. Bob sent only one person called Alice. But now that same particular file or email or document is reached to two persons. One is the authorized person Alice, and the other one is the hacker. The hacker also got that file. He had hacked that in between the internet channel. So what he is doing, he is reading all the contents of the message from the Bob. So what will he do at the time comes, when the time permits for him, he will make use of the data and benefit. Whether if it is the bank details like banking passwords and all, then what will he do? He will try to do an internet banking or mobile banking and uh, get the financial benefits, like he can get lot of money from the bank account that is present from the bank. So here is not doing any changes. He's just capturing the data, saving the data and using it whenever he requires. That is passive attack. But the same data is being received or reached to the allies without any modifications. Next one is active attacks. See, here in this active attacks, the same person Bob is sending a message from the source, so like from his computer to the other person Lies, and Lies also receiving the same message through the PC. Now these two people are using the same internet or other common facility. So even though uh, they're using the same common facility, what happens here is that common facility is beneficial for the hacker also. The attacker also, the hacker also tries to capture the information in that communication channel or media only. When Bob is trying to send that message, what the hacker does, he is capturing the message from the Bob to Alice. Before it reaches to Alice, the hacker is capturing the message and he is reading the message, as well as he's trying to modify the message, change the message. Sometimes he deletes the message and do some denial of service and everything. So here the capture is doing whatever he want. He is doing all the modifications to that message and sending the same message to the lies. Like as if he's sending, as if the message is from Bob, he is sending the same message to Alice. Now, at the receiving end, the Alice got the message. She had read the message, but that message is from the hacker she got, but she doesn't know that the hacker has sent that message, and also Bob also don't know that his information has been hacked. So active attack means the hacker is one step more active, and what he is doing, he is trying to change the data. He is deleting the data or modifying the data, adding some extra data, or sometimes he is causing some interruption like denial of service and all. So actively he is doing all the things, and that edited, modified, or changed information or changed message that he is sending to allies. Is same is playing some active role. That is active attack. Hope you understood the difference between the passive attack as well as active attack. Here in this passive attack, the Darth, I mean the hacker, is just reading the contents of messages from Bob to Alice. We don't know what he's going to do later. If once hacker attacks into the network, we don't know what he's going to do, to what extent he's going to use that information. But he's getting all the information that Bob had sent to the lies. Then later on, he will misuse the data, but he's not editing the data. He's just capturing the data. That is passive attack, and that the message is being sent to a lies also. Now, in the active attack, the Darth or the hacker is capturing the message, he's doing many modifications and changes to that message, and again he's sending that message to the allies in such a way that that message allies is receiving from the Bob. In that way he has sent. So both sender and receiver don't know that the message has been captured by the other hacker person, and they'll generally think that Alice thinks that this is the message that she had received from the Bob. This is how active attacks, this is generally, these attacks are done in our daily life also, these active and passive attacks. Most people, they'll be telling their confidential pins on their credit and debit cards, and they'll be speaking through phones to a bit louder, and sometimes they'll be storing them in the drives and all, and some mobile applications. So all these things will encourage the hackers to hack the data, and then you actively hack the data and then use the data for their beneficiaries. So let's be careful about these attacks and all. So if you're having any doubts regarding these active and passive attacks, you can just ask me in the comment box, guys. Thank you.